All right, there's a new Salmonella recall. It's involving eggs now, and it's getting attention after weeks of concerns over that cyclospora outbreak. I cannot keep track of this, Dr. Todd Ellerin from South Shore Health. There are too many, and it's concerning. No recalled eggs in Massachusetts right now, but so many of these alerts. What do we really need to worry about here? And what is just, common sense food safety?
Right. So first of all, what I want people to know is these alerts, we shouldn't panic about it. And it's actually a good thing because it means surveillance is going on.
Right.
We know what to look out for.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the food safety tips. I think the other thing is that most of it is very common sense. It's common sense stuff. Wash your hands before, eating and cooking to the right temperatures, those type of things.
I know, but you go to the, all right, never mind. I wanted to have a conversation with you, but I'm going to read the question. When you see a food recall headline, what's the first thing we check before we panic or throw our food away?
Right. Don't clean out your whole refrigerator.
Well,
and I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to show you an egg carton and the things that you really need to know.
Okay, talk to me.
There are three things. So when you look at this recall, the first thing is the P, okay? And that's the plant number. The plant meaning where were these eggs processed?
Okay.
So specifically in the United States, there's lots of different factories. This tells you where. And then if you go over to the right a little bit, you'll basically see a Julian number, and that says 158. It's a little hard to see. That shows the day of the year out of 365, the day in the year that those eggs were actually packed. Okay?
Really? Okay, I did not know this.
And basically, so when you look at the Julian date, if it's between 157 and 184, then you have to be concerned about it. So 158. And then, of course, the sell-by date, because we may have these cartons in our home,
Sure.
and it tells us whether we're still in the middle of that. So when you look at those three pieces of information, and then the brands, and of course, Massachusetts hasn't been affected,
right.
But other ones, that's how we know. You don't have to clean out the whole refrigerator.
Can I just say something? I hope those aren't your eggs because they've already expired.
Those are not my eggs.
Good answer.
Thank you for worrying.
What are the most important food safety habits, especially in the summer, that can lower our risk of getting sick?
Listen, you don't need a microbiology degree. Really,
You're right.
Just common sense tips. Again, wash your hands before you touch the food. Heating to the right temperature, that will really help with salmonella. Make sure the eggs, the yolks are firm, the whites. Now for cyclospora though, we can't heat our way out of cyclospora because it's iceberg lettuce. We eat those raw.
And you don't want to wash your fruits and vegetables with hot water, correct? You want to wash them with cold water, or does that not matter?
Probably doesn't matter that much. You just want to really wash them. I think either one is fine. Typically we wash with cold water. But other things are important. Perishables, things that are perishable, put it in the refrigerator. By the way, it can be out for a couple of hours, but if it's 90 degrees and you're in a barbecue, they really should only be out for 1 hour. Oftentimes, it's the temperatures that matter.
That's a really good point. If you get symptoms, when do you say, okay, I have to call a doctor? I can't deal with this myself.
This is going to make sense to you. Your mom, obviously if you're dehydrated to the point where when you stand up, you're about to faint, you need fluids at that point. Obviously, if there's bloody diarrhea that's not getting better, if you have high fevers for days and you don't know what's going on, it's those type of things that make you want to make sure you contact your provider. So
the eggs, don't panic. Cyclospora, don't panic. Just be aware.
Be aware, and surveillance systems are working. That's why we know.
You're right. That's a really good reminder. It is a good reminder. Okay, excellent. Excellent job as always.
Thank you.
I'm glad those weren't your eggs. Shayna, to you. Thanks, Dr. Ellerin.